Hi ladies, Beth from Be Styled. Welcome to the zoo. Got a house full here, which is fun. All my boys are home, which is great, but it makes it hard to do this kind of thing. But I am here because I hate to skip Tipsy Tuesday. It is my commitment to you to be here almost every week. And this week I got the idea of what I want to talk about because last week I sent an email out to everyone on my email list and posted on social asking for your number one or your top challenges when it comes to your wardrobe and style and getting dressed. And there was a lot of overlap, but one theme that I've heard, and it's not news to anyone, but one theme that I've heard a lot is petites. My petite ladies, it's a struggle, and I know firsthand because I spend a lot of time trying to find petite items for my customers, and you'll find something that'll be so great, and then you'll click on petite and it'll be all sold out. So it's very frustrating. I kind of feel your pain. Although I'm not a petite, I feel sorry for you, and I'm here to help. And specifically what I want to talk about today are the number one trend in pants these days going forward, the wide leg pant, and how that impacts petites. I hear all the time, I can't wear it, I'm a petite, I can't do it. And there might be some instances where yes, it's just too much work, it's not worth it. And there's no rule that says just because it's the hottest silhouette in pants, you have to wear wide leg pants. No, you don't. You can stick to your straight leg, whatever pant you feel the best in. But I also believe that yes, most petites can in fact wear wide leg pants. And all these tips that I'm going to talk about are going to apply to non-petites as well, for the most part, because wide leg pants can be tricky. They can be absolutely fabulous, but they can be tricky. So I want to focus on 5 main areas, and I can't get into a lot of depth in any of them, but this will give you a good understanding. First is rise, where they fit on your waist, where they're going to hit you here. Rise, the silhouette, the cut, whatnot, the length, and the shoe. The length of it and the shoe go kind of hand in hand. And finally, what to wear on top with wide leg pants. Now, just for example, today, even though I'm going to be changing into shorts and a t-shirt, but for today I got all kind of dressed up and I'm wearing wide leg pants. And you'll be happy to know that my wide leg pants that I've settled on are from our friends at Amazon. And yes, I have them linked. And I'm going to lower my camera briefly just so I can show them to you. Now, keep in mind, no, I am not petite. I'm 5'7", 5'8". But these pants that I have come in 3 lengths. So they come in a short and they don't call it petite, they call it short. There is a size chart on the listing that you can check and see if it's going to be the right length for you or if you need to have them hemmed. If you're petite, you're not immune to hemming. You shouldn't be. It's unfortunate, but it's sort of part of it comes with the territory, right? If you're a true petite, a lot of times you just have to have sleeves adjusted, hems adjusted, especially hems. But hopefully these pants will fit a lot of you petites if you're in the market, okay? Just to give you, well, first let me describe a little bit more about the rise. Here's a little tip, okay? These are hitting me at my belly button, which I think, it all depends on your torso, is a good rule of thumb. Here's something I just learned to figure out where your natural waist, it might not be your natural waist, but where is a good rule of thumb for where pants should hit you. Not should, ideally might want to hit you. Take your arm, hang it to your side, bend your elbow. Where your elbow is a good rule of thumb. It's a good spot. Your natural waist might be a little higher, might be a little lower, but that's a good rule of thumb. Okay, rises have gotten higher, and it's a struggle for a lot of people, especially if you have a short torso. I've finally gotten used to it, and I embrace it. Why is high rise, wide leg pants especially, better? Because it makes your legs longer. It just lengthens your legs. Because they're going to be full length, ideally, so that you're just getting more length in your lower body, which is going to just make you look taller. And so the higher the rise, if you wear a low rise, especially if you have short legs and you're wearing a low rise wide leg pant, you just shortened your legs by probably this much, which you're not trying to do if you're petite or if you have short legs. Okay, so These are I think they're a polyester blend. They're not lined. They're probably not the best quality, but I've compared them to some, other little more expensive pants, and to me they are the same. They're not lined, like I said, but they have a nice drape because of their fabric. They aren't too stiff, and especially if you're petite, you don't want a pant that is so wide in the leg and stiff that it just creates too much fabric, too much volume on your lower half. And I think that's the case for almost anyone, petite or not. I like them to sort of just drape and not be crunchy. If you're really tall and have long legs, then you can get away with like the really exaggerated wide leg denim, for example, that's truly wide and kind of stiff. But for most people, having a little bit of drape, whether it's in your denim, like a denim or a trouser, I just think it's better. So this is what these look like on me. And I'm wearing them with a sneaker. Now we're going to talk about shoes, because wearing them with a sneaker, high contrast, is not going to be your best bet, especially if you're petite. But I always talk about, good, better, best. And there are going to be some days when you're petite or not petite that you just want to wear sneakers. It's a popular look. It's comfortable. And I don't believe in saying you're not allowed to wear sneakers if you're petite with your wide leg pants. Would they be better with a heel? Would they be best with a pointy heel? Yes. But we can make, baby steps to get to best, and you don't always have to be best. The sneaker I chose is a low profile fashion sneaker. It's my Adidas Zambas, so they're not big and chunky. So they work. In the past year, even a couple years ago, I would have been like, sneakers with trousers, like, no. My eye has adjusted to it, and I kind of like the look with this kind of a sporty look. I'm getting ahead of myself with shoes. I'll get back. We're going to talk about shoes in a little bit, but the silhouette is so we're talking about we get the right rise for you. Try on your favorite pair of pants and take a look at a full-length mirror. You all have to have full-length mirrors by now, I would hope. And either take a selfie or look in the full-length mirror and see your favorite fitting pair of pants, wide leg or not. Where does it hit you on your torso? And then measure the rise from that waistband to your crotch. And there you know. Now you know what your best rise is. And then you're going to be looking for that. You're not going to be a perfectionist and only buy pants that are that exact same rise, but you're going to have a good range. And you're not going to go several inches above or below that, okay? So that's probably the best way to find rise, is just find what works for you. But when you're looking at silhouette, especially if you're petite and especially with wide leg pants, a lot of times what could happen if you're not buying a true petite is they're going to be too baggy in the butt. The hips, you don't want the hips, the thighs, and the butt to be too baggy on you. You don't want them to be tight, but you don't want them to be too baggy. And you don't want the crotch to be hanging down really low. You don't want to have it be too high. We know what we call that when the crotch is too high. But you also don't want it to be too low, because then what are you doing? If your crotch is down here, you've just shortened your legs. You're just increasing this part of your body and shortening your legs. So consider where the crotch hits you. It doesn't have to, look at a full-length mirror. You'll know what works. It's going to take a lot of trial and error. If you're petite, it's very rare that you're just going to call up Amazon or hit, add to cart on Amazon or some other inexpensive site and have a perfect pants show up at your door. That doesn't usually happen. So try retailers like, Gap Factory has petites, J. Crew Factory, or the J. Crew, Gap, J. Jill, Talbot's, ASOS. That's more younger stuff, but they have good petites. Bowden has high quality petites. Try. Okay, so the silhouette, the rise, now the length. If you're petite, or if you're even not petite but you have short legs, if you want to elongate your legs, which most of us do, with some few exceptions, most people are saying, no one ever said, I wish my legs looked shorter. Not a lot of people. If they do, that's a talk for another day, or that's another website, whatever, another person, not me. Most people want to have their legs look longer. Anyway, the wide leg pants, the longer they are, the longer your legs are going to look. It's just the fact, right? You're creating that length with the pant. So, something like a capri or a culotte where they're cut off mid-calf, you just made your legs shorter. The longer they are, the better. Now, how long they're going to be is going to be a function of what your shoe you're wearing. But with a trouser like this, my rule of thumb is you want it to hit at the top of the shoe you're going to wear most often. So if you're the type of person, and I heard a lot from you ladies, who just do not wear heels, cannot and will not ever wear heels, that doesn't mean you can't wear wide leg pants. Are heels going to look better? Even a little heel? Absolutely. There's no question. But you can still wear a flat, even a sneaker, like a low profile fashion sneaker, nothing clunky, with your wide leg trousers like this. But you're going to want the pant to hit at the very top of the shoe. Or if it's like a low profile flat, like a ballet flat, or ideally a pointy toe. I know that could be a bad word for some people, but a narrow, simple flat, you want it to hit either right at your ankle or right at the top of the foot, right at the top of the shoe. You don't want it to puddle onto the ground. You'll see the young girls doing that. We're not doing that. And you don't want to cut your leg off by making it too short either. So think about just having it hit the top of your foot with a trouser like this. Okay. And then the type of shoe. Simple, 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 sleek, especially if you're wearing a flat. You want it to be as sleek as possible. Now, if you cannot wear a pointy toe shoe ever, if you have to wear a clunky shoe and you're petite, you can do it. I have a couple examples. Your best bet, though, is going to be to kind of go with a sandal. I mean, I know sandal weather is almost over, but a flat sandal, because you're showing that skin and it technically kind of gives you a pointy toe, even though your feet, you're not enclosed, a sandal definitely works. I grabbed these because it's a loafer. It's actually a loafer mule, but it has I guess it's an almond toe. So it's not like the big clunky square toe, but it's not truly pointy. It's not that pointy. It's not as pointy as some. Something like this can work, and the pant would just hit right here, right at the top of it, or at my ankle. If you want to show your ankle bone, that's personal preference. You can absolutely show your ankle bone or have it hit right at the top. You don't want it to go to the ground with a shoe like this. Ideally, and again, I'm showing black shoes because I'm wearing black pants, but if you're wearing like a light colored trouser, like this color, which is a great color in a trouser, then you're not going to be doing this. You're going to go with as neutral as possible, as simple as possible shoe with as low of a vamp as possible. Anytime you can show skin, it's going to be better. And this is a very old shoe from Target that I've had for years. It's now completely in style. I hardly ever wear it, but if I had to go someplace, where I would wear a shoe like this, would be perfect because it's just pointy enough and it's got the sling back, which is very on trend, and the kitten heel, which is very on trend. Putting a shoe on with pants like this, especially if you're petite, your legs are going to look amazing. Okay? Because if you're matching the color, again, if you're wearing one like this, you're going to want to wear a shoe like this in a neutral to you, or you're not going to be matching your pant color, but you know what I mean, a neutral color. Simple, not a lot of buckles, or especially when you're petite. That's just going to draw the eye right down to your foot. You want to draw your eye up. That's why we're raising the rise. We're minimizing what's at the bottom of our feet, on our bottom of the pant, on our feet. And now we're going to talk about what we're doing on top. Okay, are you all still with me? On the top, because we're talking about, we all know about proportion, because our pants are technically wider, maybe a little more voluminous. I mean, these aren't like wide, crazy palazzo pants. They're just hanging straight, but they're not slim fitting. I'm going to keep my top on the shorter side and fitted. Now, you could wear a layer. You could wear a very fitted top, like I'm wearing, just a cheap camisole tucked in. And then I have this it's kind of a boxy, it's called a shacket. This is a new Cabby number. It's lightweight. You can wear it as a shirt or a jacket. And, but my point is it's short. So it's hitting me, just at my natural waist, a little lower. And then my top is tucked in, and it's all kind of fitted. It's not tight, but it's fitted. Versus if I were to wear like a big tunic that came down to here with my wide leg pants, first of all, I'd be cutting myself in half I'd have half the tunic shirt would be from here down. For example, like let's say this was a shirt that's buttoned up. A shirt buttoned up like this with wide leg pants is going to cut me right in half, right? Now, let's say you don't want to wear a short jacket. You want to wear a shirt like this. This is just a button down. This is from Amazon. Came with a pair of shorts. I just got it. I love it actually. But you could wear this with your fit with a white tank, your wide leg pants, and just keep this open, almost like a jacket. Roll up your sleeves. Petite ladies especially, all of us, rolling up your sleeves is going to be better. It's going to just add that skin showing on your lower arm. Roll up your sleeves and leave this open. And yes, it's going to come down here, but your waist is still up here. You're not eliminating your whole waist. And it's giving you coverage. If you have belly issues, insecurities there, this shirt is going to be giving you that coverage you want without creating a big mass of fabric and cutting yourself in half. Okay, so shorter jackets. I have a bunch here. This is one from Amazon that I'm probably going to send back because I don't need it, but I did link it. It's good. I mean, it's nice. It's a nice short length, but bugs me about it. And maybe if I ironed it, the collar, you know, you get what you pay for. And with jackets, I really prefer to spend a little bit more money and get a good jacket. But this and the buttons are okay, but it comes in a lot of colors. The ivory is probably better, although I really wanted red. But my point is, it's a shorter jacket. When you're wearing your wide leg pants, especially if you're petite, keep your jacket shorter. Here's two, or it could be a sweater. Here's a couple other examples. This is a nice short jacket from Cabby. These are not petites, but I just posted on Instagram a series of pictures of a 5 foot tall woman from Cabby. She's one of the design directors in these pieces as a 5 foot tall person. And some of them, there were 2 pieces that she had to alter. The jeans she had to hem, and the coat she had to have the sleeves also altered and the length. But all the jackets she did not alter at all. She just scrunched up the sleeves, and they do that. They make that intentional, that you can intentionally shorten the sleeves, and it's a nice short silhouette. Then there's this cool one that's green. She's wearing this in it as well. That hits right, you know, in that hip bone zone. And another idea, if you don't want to wear a jacket, just a cardigan. Doesn't have to be striped. This just happens to be what I pulled out of my closet. This is a shorter cardigan that with the wide leg pants, I would not button it up and wear it as a pullover. I would leave it open. I'd probably put a black t-shirt on and then put this on over it and leave it open. So I'd have those vertical lines going up and down my midsection, and it hangs right about here. Versus a cardigan that's coming down, you know, mid-thigh, and again, cutting you in half. Which could work as long as you're wearing a top underneath that's tucked in, so that you're not creating that big block effect. I want to look at my list and make sure I covered everything. But that's what I have for you today. And I hope this is helpful. I've linked everything that I showed. I feel like I'm forgetting something. But, you know, just remember you want to bring the eye up, especially when you're petite. You want to lengthen things. You want to create vertical lines. You want to show some skin. All those tips, they're good for all of us, but they're especially important for petites. And when you're shopping for pants, you know, when you're petite, you really want to find them in a petite size, if at all possible. Especially a trouser like this. Sometimes jeans, it's just a matter of hemming them. But depending on the cut of the jean, that's a whole nother story. And you'll see pictures if you go to my Instagram, you'll see these. She shows 3 different pairs of jeans that I wear without hemming at all at 5'8", and she had them hemmed to just the perfect length. So even if your body is nothing like hers, you can look through those pictures and see where she hemmed these jeans. There's a wide leg pair of trouser jeans. There's a straight leg pair of like black gray jeans, and then there's sort of a straight leg boyfriendy kind of jean. And she hems them just perfectly for her shoes, and you can check that out on my Instagram. It's b.styled. that's what I have for you today. If you have any questions, let me know. The fall style system is open. I linked that here too. And I just have added a petite catalog to the fall style system with pics that are petite friendly to help my beloved petite ladies. And in the group, I can give more personal help. In this environment, I can't. But those are just some things to keep in mind. The rise, the silhouette, the length, the shoes you're going to wear, and the tops you're going to wear. Keep those tricks in mind. And yes, everyone can wear these wide leg pants if you want to, but no one says you have to if you don't want to. Okay? That's it for today. Thanks for being here. And I will see you next time. Bye.